Here's what you need to know about your local real estate market in this week's Market Update. Now, it's been a really busy week this past week at the Bruin team. Spring market is in full swing. We put 5 buyer side deals together this past week for a total sales volume of $6.5 million. So spring market is in full swing, and obviously we are the people to get it done if you are looking to buy in this very challenging market. Now, before I get into some of the details, I've gotten some questions on these pieces of paper behind me. People who've been watching these videos notice that I have 2 degrees hanging on the wall. What are they? The one on top is my undergraduate bachelor's degree from Northeastern University. I have a bachelor's in business administration with a concentration in both accounting and marketing. And the bottom one is my CPA license. I'm a licensed CPA in the state of New York. While I am not practicing anymore, I worked really hard to get it, so I figured I'd throw it up on the wall. So back into the market. What are we noticing and what are we predicting for the market as we get further and further into spring? Well, we are expecting, not just we as the Bruin team, a lot of the real estate experts that are predicting trends out there are expecting 2 things as we get further into this year. Number one, 2 increases. Number one, inventory is going to increase. We're expecting more inventory, not a flood of inventory, but more homes coming on the market and more selection for you buyers. Now, the caveat, the other thing we are expecting to increase is home prices. We are continuing to see every week, even as the inventory increases, the competition for these homes getting higher and higher. And now the one thing that we are expecting to see decrease as the year progresses are interest rates. Now, at the beginning of the year, it was a very aggressive prediction. We were going to see a rapid decline in interest rates. That has been adjusted as the Fed has been maybe a little overly cautious as they approach these interest rate decreases. So while we still expect interest rates to decrease, we do not expect them to decrease that quickly, and we're expecting to see that more towards the 3rd and 4th quarters of the year, and we are not expecting those interest rate decreases to be as drastic as we initially thought, although they will be significant in spurring on buyer and hopefully seller activity as well. So what does this information mean for you? Well, if you are selling your home and you also need to buy a home, while it may seem appealing to maybe wait a few more months to get your home on the market to attract some potentially higher prices, keep in mind 2 things. Number one, if you also have to buy a home, that home that you will buy is likely going to be more expensive as the year goes on. In addition to that, you are going to have more competition. So while, yes, the home prices are projected to continue to increase throughout the year, your competition will be greater, whereas right now you might be the only home that people in that price point will be bidding on that week. Whereas if you wait another month or so, you might have people looking at your house and deciding whether they prefer your house or another house. So just because home prices overall are projected to increase, that does not mean that you specifically will get more money in a few months, because you may potentially be up against some tougher competition. So some things to consider, and home buyers, get out there the sooner the better, because as we mentioned, the prices are continuing to increase. And while we are expecting to see inventory increase, the competition will increase. We're expecting to increase at an equal or greater rate. So while you may have more homes to choose from in terms of making offers, that does not mean that you will have a higher likelihood of getting your offer accepted. So if anything, I still recommend getting out there, not only before the home prices increase even more, but before a lot of these buyers that may be starting on their own, not selected a realtor yet, or are not working with a realtor who sits them down and prepares them before going out to look at homes. They are not making as competitive offers as I predict they will as the months continue. So let's look into the stats this week. This past week in Morristown and Morris Township, we saw 10 homes come in the market. 3 of those were in town and 7 of those were in township. 7 of those were single-family homes and 3 of those were condos or townhouses. We saw an average list price of these homes of $880,000. Total inventory Total inventory has improved this week yet again, although I am putting an asterisk on this. Total inventory this week is now at 38 homes. That's phenomenal. I would really love to, remember back, if you were watching my updates back that long ago, when we saw available homes dip below 40, that was shocking and that was very concerning. So we would love to see those available homes, come back above 40, and get ideally into a more normal range of 50s and 60s. However, big asterisk, as I said, there are 8 homes out of those 38 homes that are marked in attorney review. That means that they have accepted an offer. They are just going through the attorney review process before going under contract. So while they are technically still available, they have been spoken for. They have accepted an offer. So we'll see how that number trends next week, whether we just have an unusual number of homes still lingering in attorney review, which is not surprising to me because I'm seeing a lot of corporate relocation moves on the sell side, and those homes tend to take longer to get through everything. There's a lot more paperwork, a lot more approvals needed in that process. Homes sold this past week. We saw only 2 homes sell this past week. Average list price of those homes was $725,000, and the average sale price was $725,000. So both of those homes this past week sold at list price. That's actually not an average. Both of those homes sold at list price. However, with a low number of homes sold, I'm not sure we can derive too much from that, because I do know that the homes that I am putting under contract, most of them are selling significantly above list price with a lot of tough competition, including waiving appraisals, limiting inspections, being flexible on closing dates, a lot of things of that sort. So I'm still seeing a ton of competition for buyers, so don't let these numbers right here fool you. Under contract this past week, we saw 5 homes go under contract this past week in Morristown and Township. Average list price of these homes was $912,000, and the median days on market for these homes was 14 days. So yes, we are still seeing homes sell very quickly. You really do, if you're interested in a home, you need to get out and see it and make an offer within the week, or you will miss out on it. Another indicator I'm seeing that the market is really heating up is today is Friday. I am shooting this video about an hour or 2 earlier than normal because I have got a really busy day. And that's one thing I've noticed: as the market heats up, my Fridays get really busy. Why Fridays? Well, because it's heading into the weekend. That's heading into when everybody wants to see houses. So it's between showing homes to people that may be ducking out early on Fridays or scheduling showings for over the weekend. But I've noticed as the market slows, my Fridays become more normal, and as the market gets busier and more competitive, my Fridays get more and more hectic, and I tend to start work earlier and end work later. So that is a good indicator for what you can expect in the market as it progresses throughout the spring. So thanks for checking in. Great chatting with you guys. I'll catch you again next week.